Yo. We got some audio here. What up? I'm gonna check you guys out. Go over here. Oh, what up? What up? Tracking. I need a quick audio real quick. 1 sec. Let me see here. Let's see here. Make sure we're good. Yo, what's up? Boom. All right. What's up? Welcome everybody to What's Up Wednesdays. Can I get an audio check? Can we hear some audio, please? I want to make sure everybody can hear me good. We're going to talk about some things. You know how it goes. What's up? Welcome to What's Up Wednesday. Sound is good. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. You know, it's so hard putting together like a live, because you want to make sure everything is good. You know, you want to make sure the video is good. You want to make sure the audio is good. Everybody going to complain about some shit. So I appreciate it. So, guys, as you know what we do on my What's Up Wednesdays, I always try to recognize who's in the building. So, who do we have in the building tonight? Shout it out. Where you from? Who you with? I want to know my Canon shooters, my Sony shooters, my Nikon shooters, my Fuji shooters, my Panasonic shooters. Because y'all know how we get down. Yo, I love this, man. Don't y'all love photography? Ain't this fun? Yo, who we got? What's up? OBS disconnecting and reconnecting. OBS, you need to better chill out. All right, so who we got? We got... I'm going to butcher your name, bro. I'm sorry. Canessa's World? What's going on? Man, we got some people in here. D-Mac coming to Houston. Hey, I'm hitting the West Coast next year, man. We already got that planned out. So we hitting Seattle. I'll tell you the 3 places that we going next year, because y'all know when I say I'm going somewhere, I don't lie about it. So we're going to hit Seattle first. And then from Seattle, we're going down to LA or San Diego. I think we're going to hit LA. Yeah, we're going to hit LA. Seattle to LA to Vegas. Seattle, LA, Vegas. So right now, just got to get the coins together. But I've been jumping around the East Coast like crazy, man. You know, it's so good to get on the ground and go out and shoot with people, man. It is such a love and a different type of passion, man. If you're a photographer, man, yo, you gotta go out and see these people, man. So it's so cool. So what up? Who else we got? You coming to? I just came to New York, bro. I came to New York like a month or 2 ago and did a huge photo walk up there with the folks up there. You must have missed it. Let me see, Boston A7R. That's what's up. So, yo, check it out. What's Up Wednesday? I'm not going to hold you guys up. I'm not going to waste your time. We're going to jump right into this thing. And I'm going to put some stuff out there. So, first of all, my photo walk that's coming up next week is going to be the last photo walk of 2019 that we are putting on. I got about 5 to 6 amazing models, including Tamika. She's going. We're going to have 5 more representing the Carolinas, North Carolina, South Carolina, everybody around that area. I got people coming up from Alabama, Florida, all the East Coast surrounding areas, man. We're going to do we got a nice big studio. I'm going to be doing everything lighting. I'm going to be teaching studio lighting. We're going to shoot natural light. We're going to do LED. We're going to do flash. It's going to be dope. Food is included. So we're going to eat. We're going to listen to some music. We're going to walk around and we're going to shoot. Everybody can come out. We're going to have a meet and greet. And it's going to be the last one of the year, and we're going to have a good time. My models, I've talked to them on the side. We got some things set up for all the photographers, some different type of styles, some burlesque. Yes, my model's going to have a different type of burlesque look. They're going to have some other type of looks that I'm not going to tell you. But I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this last photo walk that I'm doing of the year. You guys know when I do a photo walk, you best believe it's going to be a photo walk, all right? I don't like just going up, piling on top of people, trying to take pictures and all that crap. That's not how I get down in my photo walk. My photo walk, we gets down. So if you guys want to come to a dope photo walk, November 16th, next week, next Saturday in Charlotte, North Carolina, from 12 to 4, my last 4-hour photo walk of the year. Come out. Now, I might throw another walk in there for the 757 or all of Virginia. All my people here keep telling me they want something, so I know it's going to be cooler. So I might try to throw something in before the end of the year for Virginia Beach, my surrounding areas, but we shall see. I have to talk to the warden. She's whatever, but I'll see what I can do. But next week, I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this photo walk. So if you want to come to a dope photo walk, I see you guys next week in Charlotte, North Carolina. Hit me up after for tickets, all that stuff. And it's going to be dope. Let's see what else we got. What's up, man? What's up with What's Up Wednesdays, dude? What we got going on right now? So I tell you some guys is coming down the pipeline with me. So if you guys been following my stories and everything that I'm doing, I made the decision to pick up now. Disclaimer for all you people out there, for everybody who's gonna hate, for everybody who's got something to say, I am Sony. Sony knows I am Sony. That's why Sony sends me gear. I am Sony. But all pro photographers normally have about 2 or 3 different type of bodies, different type of other people that they shoot with. And that's what What's Up Wednesdays is going to be about today. And after What's Up Wednesday, after today, you might think about getting something else. And we're going to dive into it. We're going to get to the comments. So let me finish what I'm going to say. So as you guys know, if you follow me, I made the decision probably Tamika really mad at me, but I made the decision to go ahead and pick up the EOS R and the 50 millimeter 1.2, which is right here. EOS R and the 50 millimeter 1.2. Let me see. Oh, what is this? That chick is in your DM talking about, hey, big head. What the heck? Y'all stupid. It was a dream. Oh, Lord. But anyway, so I made the decision to go ahead and pick up the EOS R and 50mm 1.2. And of course, I still got all my Sony. So I'm going to tell you guys the reason why I picked up the EOS R in the 50. And there's a video that's going to be coming out that's going to explain a lot of this stuff in a whole lot more detail than what I'm about to give you. But listen to me. The reason why I picked up the EOS R in the 50mm 1.2. Here's the first thing. The first reason is when you let's do it like this. Canon and Sony have the biggest line of lenses. The good thing about Canon is that they have a bunch of glass, even old EF glass that you can get on the market right now for pennies on the dollar. I'm talking about 24 to 70s, 70 to 200s, anything you can have. if you use a Metabones adapter or the MC11 adapter, you can adapt all those glass, that Canon glass, to my Sony cameras. Now listen to what I'm about to say. Listen to what I'm about to say. Getting the EOS R. Now, as you guys know, I shot Canon for 4 years. I also had the 5D Mark IV, which is pretty much the exact same thing it is. So I could go out and use this right now and create some stuff because I already know the menu system like the back of my hand because I've shot it for so long. Listen to what I'm about to say. Getting the EOS R, not the 5D Mark IV, not the 5D Mark III, not any other ones. Getting the EOS R allows me or opens up my line of glass to 3 different types of glass. It opens up the the RF line, which this is the only lens I'm gonna get, trust me. It opens up the RF line, it opens up the EF line, and it opens up my Sony E line. So now I can get glass from Sony E, I can get glass from EF, and I can get RF glass. So if I wanted to find a people give away glass all the time. People who give up photography, people who really kind of don't know what glass. I can go on eBay, OfferUp, Let Go, and find a bunch of people who have a whole lot of old Canon EF glass that probably don't even know what they even have. I can get that glass. I can use it on my EOS R, and I can use it on my A7R4, my A7 III, my 6500. So having this is the first thing. Having the EOS R opens me up to hundreds and millions of types of glass. Glass that I could find for dirt cheap and still get some amazing images out of them. So that's the first thing. Opening up a whole different line. The second reason is, out of all the YouTubers that I see on YouTube right now, out of all of us who do on-location photography, think about all of us who do on-location photography, who do flash, who do everything. I don't know one, off the top of my head, I might be missing one. If you guys know one in the comments, be happy to shout it out. I don't know one who uses the EOS R as off-camera flash like we do. I don't know one. I tried to look them up. I know there's a lot of natural light photographers, people who use the 5D Mark III, 5D Mark IV. Most of them are natural light photographers. But as far as off-camera flash and what we do, I don't see anybody who uses the EOS R like that. Not the mirrorless. They use other things, but not the EOS R. So if you know one that you can go to their channel right now and see a bunch of off-camera flash videos with the EOS R, by all means, put it in the comments, and we can talk about it. I don't see none, and if they are, I don't know how big. I just don't know personally. Maybe you guys do. So shooting, and a lot of people have the EOS R. So my second reason for getting the EOS R is being able to help out or appeal to a whole different brand of consumers, to show you what you can actually do with the EOS R when it comes to off-camera flash and some of the videos that I got and some of the videos that I show you guys. And so not only Sony people will be intrigued about what we do, but I can also do things for Canon shooters. Now again, I am a Sony shooter, all right? My content is not going to change, but being able to show you guys how the EOS R really competes against the A7R4, against the A7 III, and putting them in real live photo shoots. Not going around, walking around your little area, taking pictures of trash cans and people doing little stuff. Actually doing real life photo shoots and showing you how they both perform with flash and off-camera flash. That's a whole different market, and nobody is doing that. The third thing is, there is no videos on YouTube with the EOS R versus the A7R4. None. Listen to my words. None. All right? So, we are going, there's a lot of content that's about to come your way. That I can only tell you that I have a ton of things that you guys are about to see, where you guys are really going to be able to see the difference. And if there even is a difference, I don't even know if there's a difference, but you're going to see how the EOS R in the 50mm 1.2 really stands up against the A7R4 and the 50 and any other things that I got. Now, I do have some EF glass coming that I found EF glass on eBay for like $200-300. I found a 70 to 200. I found a 16 to 35. I found stuff for pennies on the dollar. So I'm like, why not pick up a few of these glasses? I can use them on both cameras. You want to see how the focus is? I got the MC11 adapter. You want to see a lot of this stuff? I can bring you guys a lot of content. But back to the reason. The reasoning is to help you guys and to actually put a lot of these things to rest when it comes to focusing, when it comes to how this stands up to this, what looks better on what glass, what the colors look like, and all these questions that I get every day. Well, guess what? Now we're about to put it to work because I have both. This is not rented. Just let you guys know, this is mine. I bought this. So, and that's why Tamika's kind of mad. So, but we'll deal with that another time. I want to take a minute to shout out to my boy 2 Money on Instagram and also Mr. David Turnbow. Yo, we went back and forth about the ups and downs and the reasons why we wouldn't, and why this would be a good idea, why this wouldn't be a good idea. And at the end of the day, I mean, I wouldn't have never got it because it's not really for me. It's to help you guys. So I put myself in that position to make the content to show you guys from a real standpoint of view how these things are going to stand up to each other. So if you have any ideas, and if there is something, not in the comments because I'm not going to read all this, if there is anything that you want to see the EOS R versus the A7R4, the A7 III, I know there's a lot of talk about, another thing, number 3, focus tracking, face detection, eye autofocus. We're going to do a real test. We're going to put these things on stands, and we're going to put the A7R4, the A7 III, A7R3, EOS R. We're going to see if the new focusing, there was a big focusing update, and I can tell you already, the eye autofocus in the EOS R is pretty much on par with Sony's. I'm going to tell you straight up, all right? I'm not going to bullshit you. The focusing on the EOS R is dope. All right, I don't know what Canon did or what that firmware did, but when I tell you that it can track, even it can track real time, I'm telling you right now, this thing can track, all right? But don't take my word for it. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to put them side by side, and I'm going to actually show you exactly how all of these cameras track. We're going to do the A7 III, we're going to do the A7R4, and we're going to do the EOS R. And I'm going to show you the update is 1.4, firmware 1.4 in the EOS R. I'm going to show you exactly how this thing tracks, all right? So that's something else that's coming because I know there's a lot of questions about, oh, it's not on par with Sony, it's not on par with Sony. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, that's bullcrap. It honestly, it really is. But we'll see. Take your word. Don't take my word for it. So anyway, what we got? Did I miss some stuff? Let me go up. What you guys got so far? I'm going to answer that in a minute. Let's see if they even finally say that. Yeah, finally chilled after. That's what's up. What's on the building, hero? Sony A7 III on set? No, my A7 III is definitely not on set. We're going to go over that in a second, too. Don't worry, still going to hear it. Yep. Well, let's say A7 III. Yeah, right. No, my A7 III is not on sale. So all of my cameras have a different place. All right. I have the A6000, which is pretty much my just pick up and go camera. When I just want to go out and take some shots and I really don't care, I use my A6000. All right. I've did several videos where I showed you guys the quality of the A6000. I have the A6400. The A6400 is what you see all of my videos that are video on my YouTube channel outside on location. That's what my A6400, that's what that camera is for. It doesn't go nowhere. That's my vlogging camera. My A6500 is right here. This stays in my studio, so I don't have to do a big change and setup and everything. I can just come in here, turn on my camera, and I can start videoing. So that's why my A6500 stays in here. It stays in my studio, all right? So when you see the studio behind the scenes, What's Up Wednesday, this is all my A6500. When you see me on location, that's my A6400. So those are my 3 crop sensors. My full frames, my A7 III is that's my speed camera, all right? That's when I want to do fast action. That's when I want to do 24 megabytes and I really don't care. That's when I really want my full frame look, but I want to do something fast. I want to go. I want to get something really nice, but I don't want to use my big camera and deal with 61 megapixel files. So that's why I got my A7 III. That's what that's for. That's for my fast action stuff, my sports stuff. That's for me doing something cool outside, but not going too deep in depth, right? Like graduations and anything that has anything to do with fast action. That's why I had my A7 III. My A7R4, that's for my real portraits. That's for customer work. That's for contracts. That's for studio. This is my studio camera. When I need when I need all that detail, sometimes even on location, when I got something really dope in mind and I really want to shoot that 61 megapixels, this is my portrait camera. This thing is the best full frame. It is the king of all full frames right now, whether you want to believe it or not. 61 megapixels, but if you shoot uncompressed, 118 megabytes, though the amount of detail, and I post all the time, the amount of detail that's in those pictures, I cannot get from another camera. Hands down. All right. And my Canon, my EOS R. Let's talk about what I can get out of this that I can't get out of my other cameras. I'm going to tell you guys why. Now, I'm going to address a few things. Why didn't I get a Nikon? Now, I could have got any camera. Let's be clear. I didn't get the Nikon Z6. I didn't get the Nikon Z7. I could have got either one of those. I don't like Nikon. I'm sorry. If there's any Nikon guys out here, I know hard feelings. But I just don't like Nikon, and I don't like the curve. I don't like the menu system. And I just don't think they're focusing, and eye out of focus is up there with Canons and Sonys right now, especially not with Sony. So that's my biggest reason for not getting the Nikon Z6 or Nikon Z7. I just can't get with that right now. I was looking at the X-T3. I didn't go Fuji because I did not want to pick up another crop sensor camera. I wanted a full frame. And I wanted the flip out screen. Also, I don't think no camera should be made today without the articulating screen. All right, I just don't. So I didn't want to. The X-T3 was a pretty dope camera. It shoots 4K at 60. It's like that, but I don't want a crop sensor camera. That's just it. I didn't want a crop sensor camera. I saw the Panasonics. I even saw the SH, the S1H, and all that stuff. All that stuff was out my price range. Now, so what's left? What's left that's full frame and does everything that you want? The EOS R. So, what can I get out of the EOS R that I just can't get out of these? Well, I'm going to show you some things that this thing is doing. I'm going to tell you some things that this thing can do that my other cameras just can't do. Let's look at a few things. Sony right now, as you guys know, they are going to come out with the A7 IV. You guys know we got the A7 III. The A7 IV is coming out soon. I was going to wait for that, but I chose not to because I really wanted to open up another line of lenses. That's why I did not wait for the A7 IV. And the A7S III. It's still coming, trust me. I didn't want to wait for the A7S III because the A7S III is going to be a video demon. But it's not really good with pictures. So that took me out too. Now I'm going to tell you guys about Canon. Canon, if you guys have been following a lot of the rumors and everything, Canon is about to release. Canon's coming out with about 3 bodies next year. I'm telling you right now, Canon is going to Canon is going to blow 2020 up in the mirrorless world. So I hope everybody's ready. Next year, Canon is supposed to release the EOS RS, their pro level camera, their pro level EOS R. It's supposed to be a 60 plus megapixel camera, and Nikon also. Nikon is coming out with the Z8, which is also supposed to be a 60 plus megapixel camera. They've already bought that sensor from Sony. But the reason at night Canon is also supposed to be releasing the 5D Mark V. And there's another body that they're supposed to be coming out with. Now, there's rumors that the 5D Mark V is supposed to be a mirrorless camera also. We shall see. I don't know that, but I do know that they're coming out with a pro level EOS R. So why didn't I just wait for that and not get the EOS R? Well, here's the thing. That EOS RS, that 60 megapixel pro camera that's coming out, is going to be about $37, $38, probably $100. I'm not trying to invest that much into Canon. This is all I need. I got this just to do reviews. Right now, the EOS R is like $17.99. All right, I'm not getting that deep into Canon. All right, the pro level camera is going to be dope, but how much different is it going to be from the EOS R? It's going to have a dual card slot because you guys know the EOS R only has a single card slot. And there's going to be some other improvements to it, but it's not enough to say I'm going to wait for a pro level EOS R. I don't even care that much. I'm a Sony shooter. I just have a different body. I honestly think everybody should have another body from another manufacturer. I really do. If you can maintain it, if you know the systems. Don't get one if you're going to confuse yourself. But to open up this amount of glass that you can use on both bodies is crazy dope. I can use 3 different types of glass and be fine. So that's the big thing. So that's the reason why I did not wait for that stuff. I don't really care about that. But the EOS R, here's a few things that I really, really enjoy about the EOS R. First of all, it's a full frame, just like my A7R4 and my A7 III. All full frames. It has a single card slot. I don't care about dual card slots. Let me get that clear. I don't care. Whatever. So I'm going to throw that out the window. The EOS R, having this flip out screen on a full frame is the first thing. I wanted a full frame camera, but I think every full frame should have an articulating screen. All right, we're going into 2020 now. All cameras should have articulating screen. So that's the first thing. I want to be able to do this. All right, so I can do that now. That's the first thing. The second thing is this is all touchscreen. Even the menu system is all touchscreen. I always love that about Canon, being able to go in there and touchscreen. You know the reason why this camera doesn't have a joystick? Because the touch is so fluent just to move your focusing points around. It's actually faster than hitting my joystick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's faster being able to do this. The focusing moves much faster. I would rather actually have a touch screen than to do this. Up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Okay, got it. I would rather do that. I would rather touch the screen than to actually. Look at me. I'm trying to flip the screen. I'm trying to flip the screen. Nigga, it ain't got a flip screen. You know what I'm saying? We got this. We got that. All right. But anyway, I would rather do this. If I want to do my touch focus, it's so much easier, and it's so fluent and fluid. Let me say. So that's the biggest reason why. And there's so many other things inside here, not to mention the colors and everything. So there is a big amount of, and for the price, oh my goodness, for the price, 17. You can find an EOS R now for $1,500-$1,600, man. It can. So I'm not telling you guys to go out and get one, but is they are cheap. And it's a 30 megapixel camera. I mean, that's more than enough. So to wait on a pro level body, I could care less. It does 4K. It has a 4K crop, but I can put a wide angle lens on it and still I don't care about the crop. I mean, there's just so much, and I normally don't shoot in 4K anyway. I shoot in 1080p. So, I mean, just the amount of things that you can do with two different types of manufacturers, amazing. But anyway, that's a whole nother video that's about to come out that's going to explain in detail why I have two manufacturers. But if you take anything away from this before you guys say, oh, I'm going, first of all, I'm not going to Canon. I'm Sony. Sony sends me stuff to reveal Sony stuff. To be clear, I have the EOS R because I want to appeal and help other Canon EOS R shooters. So I am going to roll out a bunch of on-location photography, on-location flash photo shoots with the EOS R that's not on YouTube. None of this stuff is on YouTube. There's nobody really even using the A7R4. I think I have more videos on the A7R4 than anybody on YouTube when it comes to photography, when it comes to on-location flash photography. When you look up the A7R4, I have like probably 6-7 photo shoots already showing it actually in action on location with flash. So the EOS R, I'm trying to appeal to a whole different market to show actually the difference, because I don't think there's a lot of videos that are going around that's actually showing you guys the actual difference. So it's gonna be a whole lot of content coming. We about to have some fun. I'm excited. All right, but I'm not gonna tell you what I got coming up because you guys are gonna trip on it when you hear what I got coming up. So anyway, all right, let's go to the comments, see what you guys got. I'm gonna scroll up. Hold on. Let me see here. Yeah, no, it's not for sale. Let me see here. There's the return. A74, yeah, A74 is coming. It is coming. Yeah, so I've been all the rooms. Yep. I always stay connected to what's going on in the photography world. You should always be rooted and grounded on what's going on in photography all the time. I stay studying. I stay looking at every camera, every lens, every piece of glass, because I'm also an educator. So the first thing you need to do is to educate your own self on what's out there, what's good, what the cameras can do, what's the shutter, what's the minimum for, I mean, all kind of stuff. I mean, this goes to 1/8,000th of a second. I know that the EOS RP only goes to 1/4,000th of a second. And I mean, there's everything. You should know your cameras. You should know you should root yourself. If this is what you do, I mean, and especially if you're trying to educate other people, you need to root yourself in, the photography world, definitely. We had a bigger Nikon experience short time. Yeah, I haven't used the Nikon Z6 and the Nikon Z7 a lot. I mean, I played with it a little bit. I didn't take it on location. I didn't use it with flash. I didn't do a lot of that stuff. But it's really easy to sit and, program the menu and have people walk towards you, walk away from you, walk out of the frame, walk in the frame, and you can tell how the focusing works. All right, there's not really too much to it. Even if I was to bring it home or use it with a model, they're going to do the same thing that I just did in the store. They're going to walk in frame. They're going to walk out of frame. They're going to walk away from the counter. They're going to do twists. They're going to do twirls, and you're going to see how the focus works. All right, it's not rocket science to actually use it. But when I use it, it dropped. When I used the Nikon Z6, I went to Best Buy. I was there for about like an hour or two, just playing with cameras. I like doing shit like that. And I, want to play with the Nikon Z6 and everything. And, I just had people, had my girl walking in, walking out, how it was moving, how it was tracking. And there was like, a delay, and it just dropped focus. Like it didn't track as far as Sony does. I can pick up the A7 III, A7R4 and track a person pretty far, even with eye autofocus before, until it picks up. with the Nikon Z6, I found that they wasn't too far. They have to be pretty, not really close, but it doesn't track as far as Sony, and it definitely didn't track as far as the Canon. So, you know, like I said, different areas, different dynamics don't change the camera. All right. So, I mean, when you're a pro, you know, you can use a camera and you can track stuff. You know, it doesn't take a lot. I can use any camera and set it up in a few seconds. Let's see where everything is. Go through the menu, set it up, and hold the damn shutter button and see how people track with focus. It's not rocket science, honestly. So anyway, let me see here. And no. Let me see. I want the Z. I saw the Z50. The Z50, I haven't played with it yet. The Z50 is like a mini freaking Z7. But I looked at that, you know, just to have like, but again, it's crop sensor. So I was like, boom, I don't want crop sensor. Let's see here. No, you cannot beat the touchscreen at all. Sigma 31.4 R or 35 1.8 for A. I will get the 35 millimeter 1.8. The 30 millimeter 1.4 is an APS-C lens. All right. Sigma doesn't make I'm sure, but they don't make a full frame 30. They make a 35. The 30 millimeter is a crop sensor. So I'm not a big person when it comes to buying crop sensor lenses. I don't like crop sensor lenses. The only real crop sensor lens I have is my 16 millimeter 1.4 that I am recording on right now, that I record all my videos on, because Sigma 1.4, the 16 1.4 is the best pretty much video lens. I think everybody who does YouTube videos uses the 16 millimeter 1.4 because it's just that damn good. But I am not a big person for buying crop sensor lenses. Definitely because when you put it on a full frame camera, you drop your resolution. It's easier to buy full frame lenses and put them on crop sensor lenses than when you upgrade. You can use that same full frame lens to put on a full frame body, and you don't have to worry about losing your resolution. Woo! Let's go. Let's see here. Sony screens are trash when it comes to winter time. I prefer my fingertips. RF glass. RF glass is definitely the future. But I'm telling you right now, I won't be getting no more RF glass, and I'm about to talk to you about that right now. Let's see here. Where we go? Let's see here. 120 pool. Yes, it does. Sony all day. Yes, of course. He low-key trying to switch. Definitely not switching to Canon, Ike. I'm just letting you know that right now. I'm Sony, and I'm not about to give up all my Sony privileges to go to Canon. Let's just make that clear. Almost everybody that I know has a different body. All right, I know even Manny has a freaking Fuji. Jason has different body. Everybody has different bodies, and they're still with it's whatever. You know he got. No, I'm definitely not getting the 85, and I'm gonna tell you why. Let's see here. Let's see, he ain't got any confidence. Let's see 85. Oh, that's another thing. Yep. Okay, so 3 things. So I'm going to tell you right now what Canon needs to do to shut down the market. All right? I'm going to tell you right now. There's one lens that Canon needs to make. I want everybody to listen to me right now and play this back. And everybody who's about to watch What's Up Wednesdays. Canon, if you're watching, listen to somebody that knows. Canon needs to make one lens to shut down the mirrorless market, to shut down the RF market. Honestly, I think if you got this one lens, people would not buy another lens. If Canon comes out with this one lens, I think this lens will make people gravitate to Sony. Canon needs to come out with a 105 millimeter 1.2. Just like the 85, just like the 50. If Canon comes out with a 105 millimeter 1.2, the game is over. I'm telling you right now, game over. So if you think I'm lying, try me. I'm telling you, if Canon comes out with a 105 millimeter 1.2 RF, I'm probably going to price it at around $2,800, probably about $2,899. Seeing what they already got, about $27, $28.99, depending on how things got. Because the 85 millimeter is $26. 26. Yeah, no, 20, 24, 24, 25, something like that. I forgot what the 85 is. But if Canon comes out with a 105 millimeter 1.2, I'm telling you right now, game over. That's it. So, but yeah, I didn't get the 85 millimeter 1.2. I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, it's more expensive than a 50. I got a really good deal on the 50. Second of all, I already have an 85. Now, yes, I already have a 50 mil also, but I love my 85. And it's like $500 more than the 50. So the reason why I got the 50 is this. I'm gonna tell you why. This is my 50. This is my 50. Here's the reason why I'm in love with 50s. I like the 50 better than the 85. I like the 50 better than almost any lens but my 105. The reason why I get 50, the reason why 50 is the best focal length and the most versatile for, lens besides the 35 is because you can get a good portrait and you can get a lot of background so you can still tell a nice story. The 50 can also back up and you can get nice wide angle shots also without going too far away from your model. I can move back a few steps and still get a dope wide angle shot and some nice background, and I can still get a really, really nice portrait. It's also really good for studio because I can get head to waist. I can get full body shots with my 50 without going way back in BFE with like my 90 millimeter or my 105 or my 70 to 200. The 50 is the most versatile lens, whether you're on location or in studio. It is the best actual it is the most versatile lens. The 35 is a really great versatile lens, but it doesn't give me the portrait. It gives me a small portrait with more background and more texture, more wide angle. It's a storytelling lens, all right? So when you tell a story, your focus is not that much on the subject. It's on the subject, but it's also equally on the background and on the atmosphere and everything. So your 35 millimeter gives you half subject and half background. That's the difference between the 35 millimeter and the 50 millimeter. The 50 millimeter gives you 60% subject and, well, no, a little bit more. The 50 millimeter gives you 70% subject and about 30% background. No, I think 60-40 is better. You guys tell me in the comments what you think. I think 60, yeah, I think 60-40. 60-40, yeah, because of 70, yeah, 60-40. So 60-40. So yeah, the 50 millimeter gives you 60% portrait, all right, and like 40% background, all right? You still get a nice size portrait, but you also get those wide angles. So that's why the 50 is the most versatile. I will use the 50 all day because I can get portraits, I can get full body, I can get headshots, I can get anything with the 50. And also when you go into areas inside, when you don't have a lot of room to move around in, if I had an 85 on here, I could not use it. I like to shoot in a lot of tight areas also. If I had the 85, I couldn't use the 85. I might not have that room. So again, the 50 wins. That's just how it goes. You guys have to think about these things when you're shooting. I think about all of these things when I shoot. I think about all these things before I buy a lens also. So that's the reason why I got the 50 for the EOS R, because it's better, it's more versatile than the 85. And I can move around and do so much more with a 50. So if this is all I want to do one day is just take my EOS R out and shoot, I'm going to take the 50. This is all I need. This is also the reason why I'm never buying another RF lens, because I don't need another RF lens. If I need to use other lenses, I use my A7R3 or my A7 III or my A7R4. I have all the other lenses with this. I have my 105, I have an 85, I have my 50, I have my 35 1.2, I have my wide angle, my 17 to 28. I got everything on here. So, hope that explains it, because that's the best answer you can get from anybody. Bam! I'm on fire tonight, bro. Y'all gotta give me something hard. I'm on fire. Let's see here. Let's see here. Shit like it. No, I'm not going to Jamaica. That trip was canceled. 70 to 200 RF. Yep. 7200 is great, but I'm not paying that. I don't care about that. And it's a 2.8. I want it to stay wide open. So yeah, no. Canon 105. Yeah, heck no. 0.65, bro. You ain't nobody gonna buy it. So you down? Let's see here. Let's see. Let's see. I paid $20. Yeah, that's around how much it costs. About $2,300 for the 85. But again, I don't want the 85. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah. Let's see here. What else? If the 50 is the best, why would Canon kill it with the 105, 1.2? Because 100, 1.2, or 105. For that length, for that focal length. That focal length is incredible. I mean, it's the same reason why Sigma killed it with the 105. All right, you know how many people bought that 105? Did y'all see the sales on the 105? I don't know if y'all watched that. They sold hundreds and hundreds of thousands. I think they sold a lot. 105 was the most talked about lens ever. I mean, it was the most talked about lens ever. So that focal length is just perfect, man, especially for portraits. All right, it's not too far, it's not too close. That's why it's still my best portrait lens ever. So let's see here. How about the 27? So the 28 to 70 f2. First of all, that lens is like $2,900. That's the first thing. Second thing, if you know anything about me, you know I don't like that focal length. That's just it. I don't like a 24 to 70. I don't like the 28 to 75. I don't like the 24 to 70. I don't like the 20. What is it? I don't like the 28 to 70. I don't like that focal length because I would never use it. You guys know this about me already. That's one focal length I will never use because there's too many lenses between 28 millimeters and 70 millimeters that's better than a 28 to 70. 24 to 70. There's too many. I would never use it. I would not pick up a 28 to 70 over my 35 millimeter 1.2. I would not pick up a 28 to 70 over my 51.4 or 51.2. I would not pick up a 28 to 70 over those lenses. So why get it? It is one lens that stays. It is one of the most unused lenses in portrait photography because you never use it for portraits. The only people who own a 24 to 70 or a 28 to 70 is i.e. Event photographers or wedding photographers because of the versatility without taking the lenses off of your thing and putting on a bunch of primes. That's the only reason why people get the 24 to 70. Other than that, I hate 24-70. I don't use that lens because I can get sharper images and I can get better images with my 50 or my 35 than the 24 to 70. I can't. My prime lenses will kill a 24 to 70 all day, every day. It'll kill that 24 to 70 f2. This 51.2, which is pretty much right in the middle of the 24 and 70, is this 50. Actually, I tell you what, unless you're shooting a 24 to 70 wide at the 24 millimeter range, the 51.2 is going, the 50 is going to kill that lens all day. All day. So why get it? I'm a portrait photographer. I'm not an event photographer. And I honestly, when I do events and when I do a wedding, I honestly shoot my events and shoot my weddings with two primes. I shoot one with a low so I can get wide angles. So I normally shoot with either a 35 or 50 on one hip, and then on my other hip I shoot with my 105. 70 to 200. I mean, normally I'm right in there at 105. And guess what? Since my 105, hold on, before you say anything. If my 105 I use my 105, or I can use my 85. If I use my 85 at a wedding, I can be at 85, and since it's a 1.4, I can go in Super 35 mode on my A7 III, and that puts me at about 135, 140 in Super 35 mode, and still get the same, and still get a shallower depth of field and a sharper image than I would using a 70 to 200. So Super 35 mode, bam, one button. I don't need a 70 to 200. I can just use an 85 and get close with Super 35. No brainer. Now check it out. Here's a guess thing. Now here's the thing. Check this out. Did you guys know this? Because I'm not going to do it, but if I use my A7R4 at a wedding and I put on my 85 millimeter 1.4, I can shoot in 61 megapixels, right? If I go into Super 35 mode, before you talk about losing resolution, if I go into Super 35 on my A7R4, what does my resolution go down to? 26 megapixels, even in Super 35 mode. So I don't need a 70 to 200. That's how I shoot weddings. So I may see a lot of these things I work out. Now this works for me, but instead of using the 70 to 200. Because Super 35 is amazing when I want to get into there, instead of zooming in and doing all that. One button, composition, fire. Go back out, fire, 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 in and out, in and out. That's all I gotta do. That's how I do it. Very, very simple. I'm killing it tonight, bro. Y'all better give me something. I'm killing it. All right, what y'all got? Let's see here. I'm not switching to Canon. Mikey, shut up spreading rumors, bro. Let's see here. What? If I don't, or shooting at 200 millimeters is a preference. I don't really need to get in that close. If I wanted to do that, I could put on my 85. That'll take me out to about 135 or whatever it is. Can't do 1x5 crop factor in my head. And I can just move up a few steps and still get a 200 millimeter kind of look-alike image. So if I wanted to do that, but really don't really want to, do need to. Let's see here. What else you got? Let's see here. Yo, you guys been dope. 85 mils. No, I'm definitely not buying the 85. I already said that. I don't need the 85. So now you know my reason why I'm not getting the 85. So that should be clear, because I got the 50 and I don't care to use the 85, but if I needed an 85, I got one already, and the Sigma is amazing. Let's see here. Yep, I like doing weddings. Weddings is cool. I might do a wedding BTS. My wedding, I don't do a lot of weddings. I do a lot of just smaller weddings and things that people hire me for, but I might do a wedding BTS next time. Maybe I'll take my Atomos Ninja and try to do that. Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. Might be able to work that out for y'all. Let's see here. Let's see here. But anyway, yep. That's dope. So anyway, yeah, that's my reasoning behind a lot of things. Like I said. But yeah, like I said, being open to a lot of those lenses, a lot of those lines and things like that, besides Sony E-mount, and being able to use that on both cameras and actually showing you guys actually how it looks on both cameras, that's gonna be fun too. But just personally, it'd be cool to use it on both cameras. Use that EF glass on both cameras with an adapter, and yeah, it'd be pretty cool if that's what I wanted to do. But like I said, that EF glass is so cheap. I mean, so dirt cheap. So yeah, it's gonna be dope, man. Do shoot indoors? Are you saying, do I shoot indoors in studio lighting? Yeah, as you can see behind me, you see a lot of my strobes right there, all lined up. So I kind of try to keep my studio kind of nice and neat. I just put them up on my wall. I do a lot of indoor shooting. I actually had a graduation shoot today. Came out pretty dope. But yeah, I do a lot of indoor. And as it get colder, trust me, I just move into the studio. So there's gonna be a lot of studio shots coming. Just because it starts getting cold, don't mean we stop shooting. Hopefully you guys know how to shoot in the studio so you can still keep making money. That's what you need to be focused on, rather than if people got two different bodies or not. I gotta make money. So I ain't gonna do nothing but move into the studio. So I can't wait to see how you guys do for the winter time. If you guys are gonna stop shooting, if you guys are gonna set up your own little studio. He got a little Scroogio, little trash play, but he's still making money down there. So can't knock somebody hustle. So hopefully you guys will start making up your own little makeshift studios. Maybe I'll come out with a video about doing like a minimum studio setup. You don't need a big area. I mean, hell, you can set up a studio in your kitchen with a little backdrop and still get some dope shots with just a one light setup. So maybe I'll come out with a little thing about that on some gear to buy and something for a studio setup that's going to be pretty cheap for the winter time, because I definitely want you guys to keep making money. All right, just because it start getting cold outside don't mean you start canceling photo shoots. We don't do that. We move it in the studio and we keep it pushing, pimping. That's what we do. So let me see here. What are your favorite lenses for the Sony a7R III? Do you prefer Sony or Sigma? It depends on the lens. I mainly prefer Sigma lenses, all right? The main reason for that is because Sony glass is very, very expensive also. G Master glass is expensive. And versus Sigma, they're not that much better. They're actually not that better at all. There is a lot of Sigma glass is better than Sony glass. And I was talking about this in my chat. The 85, the Sigma 85 is better than the Sony G Master. The 50-1.4 is better than, I believe is better than Sony. The 35 Sigma, we all know is better than, it's even better than the Zeiss. It's better than the Zeiss 1.4, because Sony doesn't have a 35-1.4. Zeiss has a 35-1.4. And I will tell you right now, the 35-1.4 Sigma and the 35-1.2 is better than the Zeiss. There's just a lot of Sigma glass that's better. The only thing is Sigma hasn't came out with a 70-200. They came out with a 70-200 for Canon, but they did not come out with one for Sony. So I'm pretty interested in that. But guys, as you know, Tamron is about to drop the 70-180 Sony E-mount. That's going to be pretty interesting to see, because if it's anything like the 28-75 or the new 70-28 that came out, holy crap. G Master probably is going to lose out on a lot of money, because that 70-180 is probably going to be an amazing lens if it's anything like Tamron that has been dropping lately. So stand by for that, because the one big reason why nobody has bought the Sony G Master lens, and I actually just sold mine because I didn't use it that much, but one of the biggest reasons why people don't get that lens is because it's $2,600. And there's other options or alternatives to glass out there. So when Tamron drops that 70-180, I know a lot of people that I've talked to, even professionals like Jason. I talked to Francisco a lot. Francisco's waiting on the 70-180. That's why he hasn't got the G Master. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see the quality of that Sony 70-180 and see how it performs against the G Master also. Because I'm telling you right now, if it performs better than the G Master or the same amount of image quality, if it's anything like Tamron has been releasing lately, G Master better watch out. Sony better watch out. They're gonna lose some money. Let's just make that clear. All right, let's see what else I got. Did I miss some stuff? Let's see here. Battery life. Battery life on the EOS R is pretty good. I haven't really had too many problems. It's not better than the Sony, of course. Definitely not better than the Z battery. I did get a few batteries with it. But it's okay. I mean, I don't go on no location. Even with the Z battery, I never go on location without two batteries. So the battery life is good. I mean, I haven't saw anything. I mean, if you're just doing a day of shooting, you'll make it through a day of shooting fine. So, let me see. Hey, did you hit or miss the signal? No. My A7R4 and my Sigma glass is on point. Most of all my pictures did. I mean, even the Halloween pictures that we shot, I shot that with the 105 and the 50. I don't know why people. I don't know. It might just be my settings and the way I set my camera up on something, but I don't have any problems with my Sigma glass. My stuff is on point. On point. It's sharp as a tack. So no. Let's see here. Cheaper and sharp. Let's see here. Yeah. Had a client. Have you ever had a client not be happy with your work? If so, how do you make it right for your client? I'm gonna tell you no. I've never had a client not be happy with my work. I had a client that wanted a different look before. The look that we did with like the flash and everything, she didn't really like the flash look. She wanted a more natural look. So I just redid the shoot and did it just more natural. But I've never had somebody to be like unhappy with my pictures. Heck no. My clients are ecstatic when they get pictures from me and the way they look. So, no, I can't really say that is, but I mean, if I had to answer that question, if I had a client that was like, oh my God, I hate all the pictures that you gave me. I mean, I would just kind of just talk to them and find out, okay, well, we can redo the shoot. And just tell me the kind of look that you're going for. What can we do to make it better? And just talk to them. You just have to come off in a professional manner. I always keep things very professional, very organized. So, and never let people see sweat, man. It's photography. I mean, that's all it is. You're gonna have haters. A lot of them. There's a lot of haters. There's people who's gonna hate on your work. I got people that hate on my work all the time. Hell, some of them probably in this room right now, to be honest. And I ain't gonna call nobody out, but there's gonna be people that's gonna hate on your stuff and everything, man. You just gotta keep going, all right? Because at the end of the day, these people don't pay your bills. They're not in your life every day. They're people on the internet. That's what they do. That's what they're supposed to do. You're supposed to have people like that. They don't do nothing but make you better. So the minute people see you sweating all that stuff, man, you just got to keep pushing straight past them. Because guess what? Probably 90% of them can't even do the stuff that you do anyway. They can't produce the quality of work that you put out anyway. But their job is to hate. So I'm going to tell you right now, let them hate. That's how I do it. Until you can produce the same thing that somebody else can produce, then shut up. And keep working. Keep working on your game. That's how it goes. All right? But no, just make it right. Keep it professional. And just make it right. That's all you gotta do, man. It's no big deal. Let's see here. Bam. So the focus. Let's see here. What else we got? Let me see. Oh, I'm sorry. I just missed your question. Hold on. Yeah, saw you and your wife, baby, taking 85 slowest. Yes, the 85 G Master is slow as fuck. It's slow as hell. Let me see. You never trade. You'll get the game stuff right. How do you go about getting your video content complete along with your editing your portraits in a timely manner? All right, I'll answer that in just a second. See, I missed that. Would like to see a couples portrait session. Okay, that's a good idea. Maybe I can hook up a couples portraits to see how that even stage a bridal shoot. Okay, those are some really good ideas. I have a few friends actually that have some really dope bridal dresses that I could probably do for you guys also. So that's a really good idea. I'll keep that in mind. I have to write that down. That's a good idea. Let me see here. Definitely good idea. Hey, that's how you do. Hey, just tell them shut the up. That's how you do. Let's see, between the 105 and the 135, which has the fastest autofocus? To me, it depends. The 135, if it's the Sony G Master, it might focus a little bit faster just because it's a native. But the 105 is also a native. I mean, it's a Sony E mount. But it might focus just a little bit faster. But here's the thing: in a portrait session, you're not going to notice a difference. I didn't notice the difference, and I just did a video where I had the 105 and the 135, and I mean the 135 was cool, but I hate the 135 focal length because I'm just too far back. I just don't like it. I'm just too far back, and I can't communicate with my model. And I like the way. I like the way that the 105 renders the picture better than the 135. The 105, I can get close and just completely throw out a background, man. I mean, I can do some amazing things with the 105. And it just looks better. I honestly think it just looks better. And the bokeh is more circular. It's called the bokeh master for a reason. That's the biggest thing. It's just better. Yeah, it's a little on the heavy side, but I don't care about weight. But it still looks better than the 135. It does. Just plain and simple, hands down. If you put the 105 against the 135, the 105 is going to look better. That's just it. The 135, you're going to have to be far back, and it's going to give you a different type of look. The 105 is going to give you a portrait. It's going to give you a better portrait. That's just how it is. So I definitely prefer the one. I will put that. You can put the 105 versus the 135 all day. The 105 is going to give you a more portrait look. The 135 is going to give you a more distance type of look, because again, you're locked in at 135 and you can't move that close without throwing out your framing or your composition. So your butt is going to have to stay back there and take that picture. But the 105, guess what? I can still get close. I can still communicate with my subject. And that shit looks dope. It looks so much better than the 135. So, but again, I've used both of them. I've used the 135 focal length for a very long time. I normally, what I do with a 135, you have it on, and then I take it off. That's it. Let me see. Yes, the Canon feels amazing in the hands. Let me see here. What other lens brands do you recommend? Tamron, Samyang, Sigma. Do you have a preference, or are they all pretty much perform the same? I prefer. Hold on. I gotta pause. Hold on. Because my thing is going. Hold on a second. Oh shit. Yeah, and we're back. So I had some technical difficulties, you know. I'm back. Let's see here. Sorry about that. Microphone check. Microphone check. Sorry about that. Anyway, we're back. So, let me see. I like this discussion in here. This is a really good discussion tonight, y'all. For real. Let's see here. Man. Really good discussion. 105. Yeah, no, it's not. Compression, yep. Swapping batteries, yep. We good, yep. Toot. Sounds good. Sweet. Boom, 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 boom. But anyway, so, yo, that's it, man. Yeah, and see, I'm using an XLR mic. I don't use little cheap ass mics. I'm using an XLR mic, and I'm using a Ceramonic to power my SLR, so it does take 9-volt batteries, so I can give you guys excellent quality sound. So Anyway, bam. Oh yeah, the Boca Nation sweat. Yeah, absolutely. My stuff just came in. This is one of my sweaters that I got. So my merch is on my YouTube channel. Is also on my page. I gotta update my Instagram and put my my Teesprings link in there. If you guys are looking to get to support, get your Boca Nation t-shirts. We got stuff for women. We got sweaters for the winter. I know my boy David Turnbow, shout out to him. He got his stuff in today, so I appreciate that brother for supporting me, supporting the brotherhood. I love to see my people doing good, but definitely support if you want to. If not, it's okay. I still love you no matter what. But yes, it is in. I got a lot of stuff for the winter, so I can be cool and I can be dope in my own merch. So Boca Nation stand up. That's why the 105 will win every battle versus the 135. Just letting y'all know. So anyway, BC is all we got. Let's see here, what else? You ever shot any celebs and stuff, famous people? The only person that I shot was Mike Epps. I got to do some stuff with Mike Epps. But the thing is, that stuff was old, and I wasn't doing that good. Recently, no. Hopefully, I'll be able to do somebody sometime soon. But the only reason why I got to get a few shots of Mike Epps is when I went back home to Indiana. Because, as you know, Mike Epps is also from Indianapolis, Indiana, like me. So he's always in Indy. And he was in Indy the time I went back home to visit my family and my kiddos. So it's always good to hit him up and talk to him because he's also Indy. If you ever been on Mike Epps' Instagram or anything, he represents the Indianapolis Colts all the time. Just like I represent the Indianapolis Colts. We are doing pretty good this year, so shout out to my Indianapolis Colts. Let's keep moving. But yeah, Mike Epps is probably the closest that I have. So, but yeah, that was yeah. I want to do an actual photo shoot, so hopefully somebody hit me up soon to do something with them. So yeah. Let's see what else you got. Did they fix the battery life on the A7? I don't know about that. Let's see here. Boca Nation can be misconstrued. What are you talking about? This don't look like nothing like I shoot raw. What does that mean? No, this don't look nothing like I shoot raw. Why is that? My shit is, boy, I swear, y'all are crazy. I'm interested in your thoughts on other lens brands question. Lens brands, it depends on the lens. Mainly, I shoot, so on my Sony camera, I think you said the A7 III or A7R III. So on my Sony camera, will I get Sony glass? Yes, absolutely. It depends on the glass. If you ask me, you wanted to get an 85, what 85 should I get? Should I get the 85 G Master or should I get the 85 Sigma? I'm going to tell you to get the 85 Sigma if you're looking for a 1.4 because I used the 85 G Master before. The 85 G Master is $1,800 and the 85 1.4 Sigma is $1,100. You're going to save yourself like $700 for a lens that's going to perform actually even better than the G Master. It's going to perform better. The 85 G Master is slower than the 85 1.4 Sigma, much slower. So if you're looking for an 85 1.8, I will tell you, I can't tell you to get the Sony 85 1.8 because I just posted the video like yesterday or something doing with the 85 1.8 Viltrox. That Viltrox is incredible, and guess what? It's $399. So hold on. Next week, Sony is sending me the 85 1.8, and they're also sending me the 50mm 1.4. So I'm going to tell you the other videos that are coming up. We're going to do a side-by-side with the Sony 85 1.8 and the Viltrox 85 1.8. And we're going to test the tracking, focusing, and everything. And we're going to test the shoots. I'm not going to edit the pictures at all. We're going to look at them straight out of camera with the 85 1.8 Sony and the 85 1.8 Viltrox to see exactly The Sony is $548. The Viltrox is $399. So you're going to save yourself about $150, but I can't recommend it if the tracking and the eye autofocus and all of that stuff is, you know, whatever. I just use it so I know that it works amazingly well. It is super fast and it locks on and doesn't let go with that Viltrox. I just posted that video yesterday. So I had the 85-1.8, but I haven't used it in a long time. But I want to do a side-by-side for you guys to see the difference to see if there is a difference in the 85 Viltrox and the 85-1.8 Sony. So I will get that lens next week. The other lens that Sony is sending me is the Sony 50mm 1.4. I will have that lens next week also. I'm going to put the 50mm 1.4 Sony against the 50mm 1.4 Sigma, and I'm going to put it against the 50mm 1.2 Canon. So next week we're going to have a 50mm lineup next week. The two 1.4s and the 1.2. So of course I'm going to have to stop this down to 1.4 so everything can be the same. And we're going to do some side-by-side comparisons of the Sony, the Sigma, and the Canon to see if we can tell the difference and what we're going to do. Now I'm going to try to get a model who's going to sit her butt still, but I might have to do just like some stable or some like stationary stuff to see if we can tell the difference. I think that's going to be better because I might be able to get that video out to you much faster than dealing with a model who's going to sit still through 3 different damn shots. So yes, there you go. So that video is coming soon too. Let me see what else. Oh, let's go with the 135. The 135 Sony. If you said that, hey, I want to get the 135, should I get the Sony or the Sigma? Here's the thing. The Sigma 135mm 1.8 came out about 4 or 5 years ago. Because if you look at my earlier YouTube videos, I used to show you that I've used these lenses before. If you look at my earlier YouTube videos when I shot Canon with the 5D Mark IV, I owned the 135 f2. I sold that lens and then I got the Sigma 135 1.8. I even did the unboxing. It's on my YouTube channel. So I'm not telling you this because I'm just talking. I'm telling you this because I've used it. If that lens came out about 5 or 6 years, about 5 years ago, about 4 or 5 years ago, the Sony G Master 135 1.8 came out last year. Did it come out this year? This year or last year? I can't remember. When you do the comparison between the 135 Sigma, which is about, what, $1,200, the Sony is about $1,600, $1,700. There is not, for that Sony to be so new, it did not beat the Sigma. It did not beat the Sigma. The only place that it kind of edged the Sigma was in low light. That was it. I haven't used both of those lenses side by side in low light. I've used them before in like daytime. In the daytime, for that lens to be so new and for the Sigma to be over 5 years old, it did not beat the Sigma. So I can't recommend the 135 1.8 because it's not that much better than the Sigma. So I would rather you save your $600 and invest it into something else, some flash or something else, and still have good quality glass that's going to give you the same exact shot. That's why I can't recommend it. That's why Sigma is so good. They're priced, but their glass is still the same or better than Sony. It just is. The 35. Let's go with the 35. If you say, hey, I'm looking for a 35mm 1.4, I'm looking into getting the Sigma. Which one would you recommend? I can't recommend the Sony because the Sigma is better. I just even sold my Zeiss because the Zeiss suffers from flaring. When I shot with and I've owned my Sigma and I've owned the Sony and the Sigma for a very long time. When I shot with the 35 1.4 Zeiss, when I'm shooting either against the sun or something, it does a lot of flaring. It's softer than the Sigma. and it's definitely not that faster. The Sigma is so fast. I can't recommend it. Now the 35 millimeter 1.2 Sigma's new line, Sigma's new 35 is the same price as the Sony Zeiss. They're both $14.90. But if you get Sigma's 35 millimeter 1.4 before that, it's $6.99. Sigma $6.99 versus Sony $14.98. You mean to tell me that the Zeiss is $700 better than the Sigma? It's not. So again, I can't recommend it because it's not better. People are just buying shit because they have the word G Master on it. I'm telling you like this. I do not recommend stuff just because it's Sony or just because it's Sigma or just because some. I recommend it based on using it. I recommend it based on price, and I recommend it based on how they actually fare against each other. If I haven't used it, I don't recommend it, or I don't even give my thoughts on it, which is the reason why I haven't said anything about the 24 millimeter. I can't tell you if the Sigma 24 millimeter 1.4 is better than Sony's 24 millimeter 1.4. Guess what? Because I haven't used it. So I can't recommend. I don't even speak on it because it's not my lane. I haven't used it. If I've used it, I will tell you. But for Sigma to be priced over a third in the price and perform better or at the same rate as Sony, even G Masters, it says a lot. So you can down Sigma or you can say whatever you want to. That's all the glass I use, and you see the images that I put out. It's not that I don't like Sony glass. It's that I think Sigma glass, and for the price, is not. Sony is not blowing Sigma out the water. If the glass was blowing Sigma out the water, I would have it. I would tell you, I would have it. But it's not. It's not better. That's why. The only Sony glass right now, today, the only Sony glass right now that I think is better than other glass is the 70-200. The 70-200 G Master is still the best 70-200 telephoto, hands down. There's not a better 70-200 right now. Not even the Canon 70-200 Mark III is better than the G Master. The G Master 70-200 is sharp through every focal length. Through the whole thing, it is sharp. I don't care if you're shooting at 90 millimeters. I don't care if you're shooting at 129 millimeters. It is sharp through the whole focal length. I haven't saw a better 70-200 better than the G Master. Sigma doesn't make one, and I haven't used the Canon one. But right now, I will tell you, that's the only Sony glass that I think still has it overall. That's the only piece of glass that I know. And like I said, I haven't used a 24. And Sony doesn't make a 105. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. Oh, and I haven't used the 24-70, but guess what? Because I don't care about that. So, I'm not going to speak on the 24-70. I'm not going to speak on the 14-24, 16-35. I don't use none of those stupid zooms. I don't use that stupid crap. I don't like that stuff. I think it's a waste, and it ain't gonna do nothing but sit in my bag because I would rather use a prime than a zoom. Bam. Let me see here. Let me see what y'all got. Let's see what you guys got. Your thoughts on I don't know. I don't even know what that is. Let's see here. I'm gonna for the comparisons, I'm just gonna be using natural light. I don't think it's fair to use flash because the flash might look different in each one. Is better to use natural light. So when I do the comparisons will be natural light. So, are you going to do an unboxing when Sony sends the lenses? Yes, I'll do an unboxing. I mean, they're not mine. They're just sending me for the test. So I don't really. I mean, I'll freaking put them on the table, but I don't care about that stuff. I'm ready to use the lenses. I'm ready to show you the compare. I'm interested in the results myself to see how they fare. I'm interested in using the Sony 51.4, and I'm interested in seeing how the Sony 85 1.8 goes against the Viltrox. It's gonna be pretty dope. So I'm very interested in that. Let's see here. I haven't talked to Mike in a minute, man. I have to call Mike. Thanks for that. I haven't talked to Mike in a minute. Mike is my dude. Let's see. Please talk about the MSI. No, I'm not talking about that. My MSI computer is a beast. It has a 2060 graphics card and all this other stuff. It's pretty deep, and it's great for editing. So, let's see here. What else? The Sony 135 2099. Okay, great. Oh, appreciate it, man. Let's see. I heard the third one focus super fast. The Sony 400 millimeter is incredible. That 420 point, man, if I can afford that thing, oh, I love that joker. That joker is incredible. Notifications, let's see here. A native Sony. Yes, they're milliseconds difference. You're not going to notice the difference. Sigma is life. Trust me, it is. I'll never buy. Yeah, John is just one of those people who are just, yeah, great for you. Let's see here. Canon RF 70-200. That's interesting. I'm interested in seeing that. To see how the Canon RF, maybe I can reach out to Canon. Maybe they can send me the new 70-200 RF so I can do a comparison against the G Master. That will be something to see, because right now G Master at 70-200 G Master still holds that title. So it'll be interesting to see that G Master versus that new Canon 70-200 RF. I'm gonna have to work that. Matter of fact, after this video is over, I'm gonna start working that angle right now, because I know I can get the G Master anytime, but I gotta see if I can hook up with Canon and see if they can send me a lens to test. I got to see if I got any Canon counterparts. Let's see here. Told y'all unboxing videos are trash. Yeah, like we don't do. I really don't do unboxing videos, man. I'd rather just take the shit out and just use it in the photo shoot, just so I can show y'all. I don't know. I mean, everything comes in the same box all the time. You got instructions, you got plastic, and I'm not gonna sit here and it feels good in the hands. Let's talk about the construction of it and what it's made of. Let's talk about it, man. Look, bro, yo, I'm not knocking anybody that does unboxing videos. Let me just say that, because there's gonna be a lot of people who's gonna say something, but I don't have the time nor the patience to sit here and hook up my video stuff and say, look what we got in the mail today. We got this. I could have did that with the Canon that I just had and took it out the box and say, ooh, look, Canon feels really good in your hands. There's a focusing ring. Here's the headphone jack. Here's the HDMI. And ooh, it feels, this Canon RF just feels crazy. Here's the AF button. Here's the focus limiter that you can put it in full or millimeters to infinity. Hold on. Oh, look what else we got on. Shit. There we go. Okay. Oh, look, we got the other ring right here. This focusing ring right here feels so good and smooth. And look, listen, man, listen, bruh, bruh. I ain't got the time, bro. I just can't do that. So big shout out to anybody who does unboxing videos. Y'all make our world so much better. Leave the big stuff up to us, like actually using it in real world photo shoots and actually showing you actually what it looks like behind the scenes and showing you what it looks like with some flash and what it looks like with an actual model behind it. So you guys make our world so much easier. If you want to see an unboxing video, because there's probably 1,000 unboxing videos with the 50 and there's probably 2,000 videos already with the RF. So what the am I going to make another unboxing video for? I'm just not gonna do it. But guess what people don't have? They don't have you showing how this thing performs in a real world photo shoot with flash, off camera flash, do they? Nope, because guess what? Everybody can't do that. Everybody can't go on location and just set up and then shoot. So leave that stuff to the big boys. Y'all keep doing the unboxings. You know, I watch the unboxing videos though. I think unboxing videos are so cool because I just like to see people put up their little things and put up their little sections, and you know they even have their little timestamps. And let's talk about how it feels in the hands. Let's talk about something else. So, yo, big shout out to unboxers. Let me see here. I'm sorry, I got all off track because that's so cool. Let's see here. What y'all got? Yo, you got me with this unboxing thing now, dude. That's so funny. That is so funny. Let me see here. I'm sorry. What did I miss? Do a video with my models jumping out of the box. Man, what you think this is, bro? Let me see here. Why didn't you go medium format? I didn't go medium format because a medium format camera costs way too much, and so do the lenses. And normally medium format cameras have very, very horrible settings, but they have good image quality. If you don't know much about medium format cameras, I will tell you. So most medium format cameras they don't have good video. They don't have good autofocus and video. They don't have a lot of good things. So, excuse me. Medium format cameras are normally just set up for one specific thing. Even the medium format camera that I just had, it was horrible. Like when I looked at it for video, like the settings and what it actually could do, it was horrible. But they're not all around cameras. That's the biggest thing. If I'm going to get a camera, I'm going to get an all around camera. I'm not going to get a medium format camera just because, you know, it is a medium format camera with a bigger sensor. Hell, my A7R4 can compete with a medium format camera. And that video is coming soon also, because I just did a video with a medium format camera versus the A7R4 61 megapixel camera. I'm not gonna even tell you. I'm gonna hold all of that for that video. So that's the reason why I didn't do get a medium format camera. If I'm gonna get a camera, I want to use it all around. That's just it. I want to use the camera all around. It's very slow. That Fuji that I had, it's very, very slow. The eye autofocus worked pretty good, but it's super slow, super slow. And like I said, it doesn't have video. It doesn't have a lot of things in it. Look up the Fuji GFX 50C that I just had. You'd be like, what the heck? It doesn't do like 10 frames a second. It does like probably like 2 or 3, something like that. I don't know, but yeah, it's just bad. It does like, I don't even think it does 1080p. But anyway, whatever. Yo. Let me see. I still don't understand why you. John, me buying another full frame camera is probably, if you don't understand it, it's probably not for you to understand. How about that? So it's probably just better to just worry about what you shoot with and how you shoot, rather than worry about why I got another full frame. I got another full frame, and I've told you several times why I got another full frame. So since we want to put it out here on YouTube, we can just go ahead and do that. And if you missed all the content that I told you earlier why I picked up another full frame camera, then you can go back and see the beginning of this video. But since you failed to do that, I will go ahead and tell you. I picked up the Canon, and I'm not trying to be a Canon ambassador. I'm an ambassador of Sony. I'm not an ambassador, but Sony sends me a lot of stuff because I shoot Sony. I do a lot of stuff for Sony. That is probably none of your concern also. And I'm not trying to be a Canon ambassador, and I'm not trying to dip into Canon. I got another camera because I like to open up my line of what I shoot with and what I want in my house and in my possession. So as an educator, when I come across people who have Canon or who have a EOS R or who have a 5D Mark IV, it's better to relate to those people. And it also opens up a new stream of revenue also because, you know, to be fair, I do make money on YouTube also. So being able to appeal to a new audience and to show on location photography in a way with the EOS R that is not being shown right now allows me, well, further me on the reason why I got this. And I just love the freaking camera also. So guess what? Since I love the fucking camera, that's the reason why I got it. So hope that answers your question. So after that, maybe you can probably just think about why you use and shoot with what you shoot with. I think, was that good? Is that good? I think I hit it on the head. Everybody, was that good? Not too much? All right, cool. Let's go. All right. Are you going to use the A7 III in your, let me see here. I'm sorry, y'all going to it. Are you going to use the A7 III in your 50mm pencil? Yes, I am. I am going to use the A7 III. I'm going to use the A7 III. I'm going to use the A7R4 since it's 2 Sony lenses, and I'm going to use the EOS R. So, see, it's already working right now. People can already talk about the comparisons, and they can already ask what they want to see and what they want to do. That's the reason why I got it. Boy, I swear, people are just dumb. I'm sorry. I had to say that. I gotta bring it back sometimes, man, because I'm telling you, some things that people be saying is just like, whoo, I just don't know, boy. Woo. I swear, if y'all was in the military, boy, we all be dead. I'm telling you. Boy. All right, let's see here. Manual focus, aka, you know, from the company, don't like y'all be on the signals long. Y'all see the results from the signals. Y'all better. Our Sigma lenses alone, I'm saying they see the results. So it's not like the results from Sigma glasses worse than Sony glasses. Because last time I seen all Sigma glasses, the Sigmas perform better and the image quality looks much better. So I don't know. But again, it's probably user error. It normally pretty much is user error most of the time. So anyway, it's above your pay grade. That's exactly right. That too. If you can't get it, then oh well. That's on you. I'm out. Let's see here. I'm an ambassador of me. That's right. Let's see here. Facts that must see that. That's facts. My RP video got more views. You know what? Unfortunately, because Canon has a bigger, even though the Sony system, and like I said, even though the Sony system is better, Canon still has more users. They just do. Sony is making their way up. I mean, Sony right now still runs the mirrorless world. There's no doubt about that. Sony still runs the mirrorless world. Canon still has a bigger audience, whether you want to believe it or not. When people think about cameras, they think about Canon first. They don't think Sony first. They don't. When I tell people, no, I shoot Sony, they be like, oh, really? I didn't know that. But if I would have said Canon, they'd be like, oh, cool. Canon still has a bigger audience. So to be able to appeal to that audience and show that audience a different view or a different side that is not being shown on YouTube anywhere, and I think you guys are missing this point. The EOS R in on-location photography in photo shoots with flash on location is not being shown anywhere on YouTube. Point blank, period. That's another revenue. So if Canon users start to see that and they start to understand how the EOS R performs and start to see those type of videos, that is another line of revenue. That just ups your views. That gets you paid. There's a lot of different things. It's a numbers game. You know what I'm saying? The camera's gonna pay for itself. I don't even really care, honestly. The camera's gonna pay for itself. Even if it's a monthly payment, hell, I can take my monthly YouTube payment and pay the camera off. So there's a lot of different things. You think I care? Bruh, you think I care, bruh? No, I'm just playing. I'm sorry. All right, here we go. Yeah, I like talking to y'all. That's fun. All right, we about to wrap this up, man. You guys have been awesome. We about to wrap this up. I'm gonna read these last few questions. If you have any last minute questions, go ahead and post them in the comments. This has been an amazing talk. You guys are booming in the comments today. I thank you guys all for checking out this video and coming on here checking it out. So let's see what else y'all got before we walk out of here. Let's see here. He said it must be a hater. Yeah, that's one of them. That's pretty much, yeah. Yep. Why do people choose to watch a video based on the camera instead of the art being used? They watch it based on the camera because they might have a similar camera or something, or it might be something that they've been interested in getting. Or same way you look up cameras before you actually get them or purchase them, same thing they do. So that's why a lot of people look it up rather than looking at the content, honestly. And, oh, let me see how many cameras or how many videos they got out here on the EOS R before I get it. But guess what? If you look up EOS R right now and somebody using it on location photography and using it with flash, guess what? You're not going to find it. But guess what? In a few weeks, you're going to find a lot. Camera settings. I got to write that down too. I got to do camera settings because maybe people who can't focus with their 105 have some messed up camera settings. So maybe I might just throw my camera settings out there on focusing. Yeah, that's a good idea too. If you want to, would I want to assist Nikon shooters too? In the future, I put that in my chat today. I got a buddy who's selling his Nikon D800 and he's selling it with a 50 millimeter 1.4. But since I've already bought this, I can't really invest in that. So maybe later down the line when my EOS R gets paid off, you know, I did pay a little cash, you know. So maybe when my revenue builds back up, we might go ahead and throw Nikon up here also. Now, I'm going to try to do that. All right, I will try to do that in the future. I might be able to pick one up for really cheap. If y'all got one for like $100 or something like that, I get one. Nikon's like $100, ain't it? Nikon is like $100, ain't it? So, yo, send me a Nikon for like $100. I'll throw it on up here also. So, yeah. Anyway, so let's see. Don't let nobody throw you off. You got that right. Hey, I appreciate that. That's true. OGs, you don't want the... Don't know how. Let me see. It's all about the art in the end. It is. At the end of the day, it's all about the art. That's what I try to tell people all the day. At the end of the day, oh, you know, I'll say my closing thoughts for it in just a second. Let's see. I do see she's used there for flash. And he said Andrea C. And okay, I don't even, let me see. Andrea, that sounds like a female. Andrea, or maybe I'm pronouncing it no. I'll look it up because I don't even know who that person is. But yeah, I'll check it out. Andrea C. Let's see here. I guess I'm gonna have to start videoing with the EOS R. Yeah. Definitely, I told you. Canon has a bigger audience. They really, really do. You put the word Canon there, you're gonna have a much bigger audience. That's how it is. So being able to appeal to that audience. I mean, the Sony shooters already know. We all Sony shooters. We know who our Sony shooters are. I mean, especially the ones who do real on location photography. We know who are. But there's, like I said, not a lot of Canon. So yeah. Just block. Yep, that's true. Are you going to buy the A9 II? I am definitely not going to buy the A9 II. Hell no. It has no place in my bag. The A9, not even the A9. I was thinking actually about picking up the A9, but now, no. I don't have a place for it because I don't shoot sports. I don't think, unless you're actually going to use that 20 frames a second, I just don't think it has a place in my bag. I have a camera that has a nice 24 megapixel sensor. I don't care about the blackout and nothing else. And I don't care about the focusing speed because all my cameras focus really, really fast. So, nope, I'm not. Yeah. Or just ignore, that's right. Making me want to update the video. Yo, update your RP video. Let's see here. That too. Let's see here. Come to Chicago. That you know I'm from the Midwest, man. I'm always near Chicago. All right. It's your money. That's right. It's your money. Who gives a fuck? Ooh, Lord, I gotta stop, man. I am straight. Who cares? All right. And Jay, can I have his name? I am thinking about coming back to NYC. And there's my brother. What's going on, big bro? All right, so closing remarks. So, first of all, I want to thank everybody for checking out the live video today. We had an amazing time. Definitely, at the end of the day, listen. You are what you create. It's your work. It's your world. All right. Nobody can tell you what to do with your photography. As long as you continue to study, as long as you continue to keep your ears to the streets, understand what's going on in the photography world. Understand what works for you and why you get the things or do the things that you want. With you at the end of the day, is your money, is your goal, is your dreams, is your creativity. All right. If you're going to educate, it's really, really good to be versatile in photography. I think too much people get wrapped up in one thing. You don't want to get wrapped up in one thing. You don't want to get tunnel vision, because photography is a world of things to do with photography. There's other brands. This is not about brand wars, all right? This is not about lens wars. Use what you have. There's a lot of photographers who own 2 and 3 different types of bodies, manufacturers. Everybody pretty much anybody that you can think of probably has a different camera somewhere. That's not what this is about. You get what you want. You shoot what you want. You don't care about other people's opinions, because at the end of the day, guess what? Your work and what you put out is what matters. It don't matter how you got the shot. It don't matter what you got the shot with. But if you are killing it, whether it be with the Sony, with the Nikon, with the Fuji, with the Canon, I don't care what you got the shot with. I just care about long as your work speaks for you. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. It don't matter whether I got the shot with the Canon or whether I got it with the Sony. As long as I can put it out there for the world to see, and as long as some people can learn something from it, that's the only thing I care about. And if I have to pick up another body, because I do have Canon shooters who want help. I do know a lot of EOS R shooters that want to get into flash. And unfortunately right now, there's not a lot of EOS R flash photography shooters who are educating the EOS R Canon flash photography community. So guess what? I volunteer myself. And don't worry about it. I can do that. I'm in a position where I'm going to do that for those people. I'm still Sony. Let's not get that twisted. I'm Sony to my heart. Everything that I do is Sony. That's why Sony sends me stuff. So that's not going to change. But nobody can tell me that I can't pick up another body or not have another body in my possession from a different manufacturer. No children on the internet, and nobody anywhere sitting in their living room looking at their little TV screens or computer screens right now. Nobody can tell you what to do. All right. So those things kind of go in one ear out the other. At the end of the day, it's just for you to get an audience and for people to just, because they are hating on what you are doing. And why do you have this? And why do you have that? When at the end of the day, you should be asking, how did you get that shot? How do you edit? Help me with my composition. Help me with my editing. Help me with my framing. Help me with my flash. Help me with this and that. Don't worry about the body that I got to get it. Worry about how I got it and what I can do to help you. That's the most important thing. So at the end of the day, stop worrying about those minor things and why somebody got what they got and why they doing this and why they're doing that, because that's none of your concern. Your concern should be, please, Brandon, if you got time, can you help me with a little composition? Can you help me with my lighting? Can you tell me if I should do a 1 light setup or a 2 light setup? Can you tell me why the shadows on this side is lighter than the shadows on this side? Can you tell me, can I help you Can you help me get to render my depth of field a little bit better? Can you help me with my sharpening? Can you help me with this? That's what it's about. It's not about what we shoot with. It's about how we get to that end goal. Hope you guys enjoy What's Up Wednesdays. I'm your host, Brandon. Next week, Charlotte, get ready, because your boy is coming your way. The Battle of the Carolinas. I'm bringing my models. I'm bringing flash. I'm bringing the studio. I'm bringing natural light. I'm bringing LED. I'm bringing everything to help train and teach people about all things lighting, because I love lighting and I love it so much that I'm traveling to Charlotte next week, November 16th. We got a few more tickets on sale. It is going to be my last photo walk of the year until next year. We are hitting the West Coast next year. So get ready, West Coast, because I'm bringing it your way next year also. Thank you guys for checking out What's Up Wednesdays, man. You guys have been amazing. And yeah, if you need further questions, if you have anything, any ideas, we're going to invite some Canon stuff in here. We're going to mix some stuff up. Like I told you, we got some really big things coming, and we're about to see really how the EOS R really matches up to real Sony shooters. I can't wait. It's about to go down. We about to have some fun in this piece. Oh, I'm excited. Are y'all excited? I'm excited. We about to have some fun, bro. This is what I do. I love this. I love it so much. I love it so much. What y'all got? What y'all got? What you got? Drop the mic. That's how it is. Do a live studio shoot. You know what? I'm gonna get that in here. Man, y'all gave me some ideas, man. I haven't did a live studio shoot in a very long time. So, you know what? As it gets cold, guess what? My studio piles up with photo shoots. So, we gonna do some stuff, some burlesque, maybe a few boudoir, maybe a few little casual stuff, maybe some urban shot, some new backgrounds, some all kind of stuff. We're gonna try to do it big for some studio shooting this time to show you guys how we get some stuff. We're going to do some silhouettes in the studio. We're going to use some 7-foots, some beauty dishes, some soft boxes, some everything. We're going to throw some color in. It don't matter what it is. I'm going to bring it because I can do it. And I really don't care because I am everything photography. So that's how it gets down. Yo, this is awesome. Don't y'all have fun with this photography stuff? Yo, this stuff should make you smile. At the end of the day, you should be happy to be a photographer, bro. You should be happy to call yourself a photographer. For real. Especially if you're educated and you are versatile in more things than just taking your flash out and shooting in the street. Then you can bring it inside and shoot it in the Scourgio like Ike got the Scourgio. I can do a few things in the studio. I can do a few things outside. You know what I'm saying? He's a pain in my butt, but the boy is pretty versatile in his stuff. So not a lot of people can go from the outside to the inside, you know? So gotta give it to him. But that's a challenge for all you other photographers. Go ahead and get you a little makeshift studio, set it up. You don't need a lot of room, you know? And I love to see what you guys create this winter, all right? Don't let this cold out. Listen, I said I was about to get off, man, but you guys are so awesome to talk to. Don't let the cold stop you from shooting, all right? Don't let the weather stop you from making money, all right? At the end of the day, you need to make money, all right? Don't be one of those photographers who say, and somebody hits you up and be like, hey, do you got a studio? Can we do this look? Can you do this shoot? And you be one of those photographers who be like, oh, you know what? I don't have a studio. I don't got the room. Or, hey, I don't really shoot in the studio, or I don't know how, because you ain't doing nothing but losing money. So they going to go to the next person who's going to make that money, and it's going to be money out your pocket just because you can't do it. I ain't doing nothing but telling you guys truth, all right? I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you because I was there years and years ago because I didn't have a studio and I didn't know how to shoot in the studio. And I actually thought shooting in the studio was the same as shooting on location. Guess what? It's not the same. It's not the same. So I highly recommend you guys start to educate yourself. Get you a little studio set up. Start off with one light. Yo, put money in your pocket. Don't lose money because you can't. All right? Don't lose money. That's real talk. How's it going with the Waco? I'm getting used to the Waco. I'm Miss Tunel twins. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I'm using the A6000. Don't worry about that because you know the A6000 can still produce some amazing shots. I still shoot with it. I still put YouTube videos out with the A6000 just to show you it's not about the camera and it's not about the lens that you use. Guess what? The next video that I'm coming out with, I'm gonna use the kit lens. You know the little 18 to 55 like 3.5 lens that it comes with. I'm gonna do a whole shoot with just the kit lens. I am. That's going to be one of my next photo shoots. I'm going to use the A6000 with a kit lens. That's what I'm going to do. Facts. Moving to the studio. Don't forget about the nephew. Yeah. My nephew is supposed to be coming to Charlotte with me. He better be in Charlotte. Better be up. We got to, I'm going to have to follow up with him. He's going to be one of my people so we can have another model. I did a video on the light meter. It's on my YouTube channel. So I did a whole video telling you how to use the light meter in the studio. I already did that. So check out that video. It got really good reviews and a lot of good feedback about that video. I might do an updated one when I do my next studio shoot, but there is one on my YouTube channel. Yep, if you know how to use one. Yeah, if you know how to use a light meter, it gets you started, all right? You don't want to get in the studio and then do all your lighting and stuff and have to sit there and fiddle around with your settings, fiddle around with your f-stop, fiddle around with your shutter speed and stuff. Using a light meter really helps you to really dial in that exposure to where you need to be at so you can go off the shooting. But the worst and embarrassing thing in the world is to have a model come over to your house and you spend 10, 20, 30 minutes trying to, take a picture, check your setting, like, oh, that's too dark. Take a picture, and you spend the next 30 minutes trying to get an exposure right because you don't have a light meter. So, it is what it is. All right? Yo, thank you guys for checking out What's Up Wednesday. I'm out this time, man. So holla at you guys. You guys have been awesome. Again, don't let the haters hate. Get what you want. Stay in your lane. Everybody needs to stay in their lane. And I don't care what you use it. I don't care. It's not about, I'm going to come up with a slogan. It's not about how you use it. It's how you produce it. How about that? I'm going to get something on the, I need a slogan for the back of my merch. I got to find a good slogan. And remember, I want something about not what you shoot with. Because, some of us have more than one. It's not about the manufacturers. It's not about having multiple full frames as somebody eloquently put it. So I got to come up with a new slogan. It's not about how you shoot with it. It's how you produce it. It's not about what you shoot with. It's how you produce. I don't know. Something like that. But anyway, I'll think about it. So hit me up on Instagram. And I'll tell you what. The person, I'll do a giveaway. The person who can give me a good slogan, I'm going to send them something in the mail. I got a bunch of backpacks still brand new, a bunch of photography stuff, some monopods, and a lot of stuff I got in the mail. So I tell you what, for everybody on What's Up Wednesday, because I'm not even going to put it out to everybody on Instagram and stuff because they wasn't here on What's Up Wednesday. So for anybody who can give me a dope slogan that talks about not what you use, because some of us use Nikon, some of us use Sony, some of us use Canon. It has to be something about not what you use, but kind of like the end results, like how you produce it. Don't put it in here because somebody's going to steal your stuff. But whoever comes up with the best slogan, I'm going to get your address and I'm going to send you something. How about that? Is that cool? Is that cool? Everybody can use free stuff, right? It don't matter what it is, right? I'm gonna get a backpack. I got a brand new, like, dope, cool backpack that they sent me in the mail today with a bunch of cleaning, a bunch of photography stuff, monopods, tripods, like everything. So help me out, and I'm sending it to somebody. So, all right, is that cool? Let me do a slogan, and then you'll see a slogan on the back of my merch. All right, cool. Holla at you guys later. Peace out, and I'll talk to you guys later. Hit me up on Instagram. Hit me up on Facebook if you have any other questions, and we can talk about it. So I love you guys. This is what we do, and we're going to keep it pimping and expect a bunch of new content about to come YouTube's way. I'm out.